work at here at the Crossing for Denver Rescue Mission. I work at the front desk as a hospitality agent, and every now and then, since we have a piano in the front here, I do like to play the piano for the participants, usually during meal times. So this is the first Bach cello suite.
It means so much to us, the guys who are trying to transition from a life less desirable into something more beautiful. And we're glad to have you as a part of it and for you to help us meet Christ on a personal level. So I just want to share this with you. Continue to be blessed by it.
Thousand stories of war, sing your life alive to the whispers of love. Tell me and tell what is in your eyes. Never go. You're a good, good father. See you are.
Welcome, everyone. We are so glad to have each and every one of you here today. For those of you that missed it, that was some musical recordings that one of our staff members and one of our program participants did earlier this week. Absolutely beautiful. First off, I just want to welcome each and every one of you to this virtual event. Obviously, we'd like to be with you all in person, but our virtual events are a great way for all of us to stay connected for the time being. And we're so grateful and thankful to have each and every one of you here today. We have an absolutely amazing lineup for all of you. But first, I'd love to go over just a few items before we begin. First, we'd love to encourage you all to engage in the conversation by using the question and answer feature to submit questions. This should be located at the bottom of your screen. We'll be posting announcements and links to find more information throughout today's session in this feature. Secondly, you can also use this feature later on in the event to submit messages of encouragement to our frontline staff and to our participants in our programs, including our new live program participant, Josh, who you'll be hearing from today. I'd also love to give you all a quick overview of our 4 core strategies, as it'll be helpful to understand these strategies as we hear later on from our presenter. As many of you may already know, Denver Rescue Mission exists to change lives in the name of Christ by meeting people at their physical and spiritual points of need, with the goal of returning them to society as productive, self-sufficient citizens. And we do this around 4 core strategies. The first is our emergency services. This is where people are invited inside, off the street, where their immediate needs are met and critical relationships are built with mission staff. For instance, this is our Lawrence Street Shelter or our Lawrence Street Community Center. Second is rehabilitation. Men living with an addiction are equipped with work readiness skills. They receive help to overcome destructive habits, find permanent housing, and begin a new life. For instance, this is our new life program that we'll be talking about today. And we also have our transitional programs. Families and individuals in need receive case management, develops life skills, and safer permanent housing. Most people know this as our STAR transitional program. Lastly, we have our community outreach. And this is where people struggling in our community receive assistance with food, clothing, furniture, household items, and holiday meals. Many people know this as our turkey drive or our client services at our ministry outreach center. Following those 4 core strategies, I'd love to just go over our agenda for today. First, we'll start off with a presentation on our transitional and rehabilitation programs at the Crossing, and that will be followed with a conversation with a current New Life program participant, Josh. With that being said, I am honored to introduce our Director of Residential Programs, Jonathan Soweidy. Jonathan has been with the mission for just under 2 years. He has more than 20 years experience in this field. Since his time at the mission began, he's made substantial and positive impacts for hundreds of program participants. Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Nicole. It's a pleasure to be able to talk to all of you about the programs we have here at the Crossing and just the great work that your prayers and your donations help fund, and just the awesome things we get to do to enrich the lives of our participants. So yes, I'm in charge of the STAR Transitional Housing Program and also the New Life Program, and their staff who do a lot of the direct frontline work. Just to give you some generals, the Star Transitional Housing Program is a one-year housing program for singles and families. They live here on site at the crossing. They get assigned a case manager, and for the next year, our goal is to help them find long-term housing and move towards a more successful life. That can mean helping them figure out budgeting, helping them figure out the barriers in their life that has kept them from being successful in long-term housing. We also provide workshops on relationship building and also provide on-site counseling as well. So we have a range of individuals from 18 to 60 in their mid to late 60s, and families as small as just a single parent with one child to families of large of 6 or 7 members making up that family. And really its purpose is, how do we help these households get from the instability in their lives to some place of security, some place where they can meet their future goals in a healthy and positive manner. The New Life program is our rehabilitation program for men over 18. It is a back to work readiness program. Going back to our goal of helping return our participants to being fully self-sufficient citizens, all of our programs and actions in the New Life program is based around that. We have case managers and chaplains who come alongside our participants. They learn how to develop work ethics through our work readiness aspects of our program. They take classes for career development, do a lot of in-house counseling to overcome the destructive habits of their lives, help them figure out how to develop healthy community and supports out of here. And the really big ones are, how do you have long-term sustainable employment that will get you into stable housing for the long run. And so we're proud to say this past, this fiscal year, we probably had over 60 graduates so far for the New Life program, which is probably our biggest amount of graduates ever had so far in the existence of the program. Though things have been different the last few months here at the New Life program and at the STAR program due to COVID-19. Things have shifted and caused some disruptions, but also some changes for the better, as well as we try to figure out ways to make sure our facility at the crossing is safe, our participants have the supports they need, that they feel safe and secure here, and that we don't have too many interruptions in their program. So we've done a lot of changes to our physical environment to make sure we're safe. We have hand washing stations everywhere. We have a lot of new requirements and guidelines, such as everyone wearing masks, doing temperature checks throughout the weeks. Our food service now, we're no longer allowed to eat in the cafeteria, but we do provide to-go plates and make sure they're doing social distancing while they're queued in line. We also ramped up our custodial service, where every single doorknob and door handle is wiped down every hour during business hours during the day, to make sure that we're making sure our participants feel safe, secure, that our facility is very hygienic. And then we also have lots of protocols if someone's feeling symptomatic or sick, making sure they get tested and using activated respite facilities to keep them quarantined until they're negative and able to return back to our facility. The programs also need to be adjusted, because we were used to having large workshops and classes and different large gatherings at the crossing, and now we've had to change towards more telehealth counseling and telecase management, which has been great for our participants. They still be able to engage in the program in healthy and secure ways. And the other big impact was, our picture right here is of our youth room. Due to not being able to have classes, we've tried to figure out different ways to keep the kids engaged. Our youth program staff have made sure students have the resources and technology they need to keep up with their online learning and try to hold them accountable to stay engaged in schools. We've done passing out activities and arts and craft supplies. Through your donations and different things like that, we've been able to pass out a lot of workbooks, coloring pages, and even we have purchased a lot of board games and puzzles for the kids, so that they can check them out from the front desk and not be so bored or just stick to watching TV when they have their downtime. So the youth department's really been trying to strive to help these kids stay engaged in the midst of all of this. We have been able to recently reopen the youth department to 2 days a week, while we're focusing on teaching these kids how to be engaged, but also social distance, and helping them teach those norms of wearing their mask and staying 6 feet away that will help them when they re-enter the school system back in the fall. Excuse me. Our STAR participants have been impacted also by just the work engagement issues as well here. They, a lot of them lost, some of the percentage have lost their jobs, but a lot of them are essential workers who really strive to provide those services that we need in the city. They're the ones who are at the Walmarts, at the warehouses, really helping our city function. And we are really grateful for just their work ethic and their engagement in the midst of this. And we've tried to make sure the crossing is still a place where they feel safe, secure, and just a place of hope. The picture right here is showing how we provided Easter baskets for all the children while they were here as well. We did door decorating contests for the kids. We did movie nights for the children where we streamed a film for everyone into their rooms and have passed out popcorn. We're making sure that the kids feel that they're safe and that they know that the staff is always here for them, that our staff is here day in, day out, making sure that they feel secure, that they have a place of support, that they have a place of safety. And we're just really proud of the way our community has really rallied together, and that really have been focused on how do we make the best of this stressful situation. One of the great things we did this past season of COVID is also making sure our mothers felt really engaged and honored during Mother's Day. And so we have a quick little video to show you of just how we were trying to strive to bless them.
Color rose you want to give Mama? Yellow. Yellow. Good choice. That is so pretty.
But this is my little light, my little joy right here. After losing everything, coming here is what brought her back home to me.
We wanted to make all of our moms and grandmas here at the Crossings feel really special this Mother's Day. We were able to hand out some wonderful handmade gifts. We actually had the children pick out some heart pillows and cards and gifts for their moms, and each mom also got a flower. We just wanted to bring that happiness and that joy to them today.
I'm grateful for this place. Like, they really saved my life, saved her life, and they reunited us. Being here, it's been a huge lifesaver, honestly.
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, baby.
That quick little video kind of just showed, the ways we tried to serve and bless the moms here. And we actually have an upcoming Father's Day event as well this coming weekend to bless the fathers as well who are here at the facility. Both men who are in the New Life program who may be separated from the children while they're doing their program, and for the fathers who are here on site as well. The New Life program has also had some impacts due to this pandemic season. A percentage of our NLPs, or New Life program members, lost employment who were in the hotel and restaurant industry. But actually a number of them quickly picked up other jobs in essential services, such as retail industries like Home Depot and warehouses. And actually, I'm proud to say some of them got jobs where they were able to work lots of overtime, so able to make some big financial gains in their savings, so that will help them launch when they leave this program. So we're really blessed by those opportunities that they've taken advantage of during this season. We did have to shift some of our aspects of our program because we were no longer do our classes and our workshops. So a lot of men were just really redirected to focusing on their work readiness aspects of their jobs. We pulled all our men from downtown facilities to the crossing to make sure they felt a little more stable and secure, and to kind of keep things a little more isolated, as well as just really beefed up our custodial teams with our men to make sure they felt they were participating, engaging in our men really feeling that they're contributing to helping our facility feel safe and secure and hygienic. The men's program also moved as well to telehealth and telecase management, where they were still receiving support. They were still engaging in parts of the program, just in a different way. And for some, it was adjustment to doing Zoom meetings with their counselor, but a lot of them really cornered very well and really were able to strive and keep engaged in their program and stay committed. One thing we also do was just kind of aspects of encouragement for the men to say, like, we believe in you. We know this is a stressful season. There's lots of unknowns. So we searched as a staff team trying to figure out how do we best bless you, as you're doing this program. So we, similar to how Denver has a One Book, One City program, we did a One Book, One Tower. The tower is the name of the building the men live in. And we all bought them a copy of the book Epic by John Eldredge, which is this kind of reimagining of the gospel and a story of hope in a fantasy, version of it. That just a short, small read, but a lot of men really appreciated having something different to engage in and something to create some common language amongst each other to process with one another of kind of their experience, where right now it feels like we're in some type of fantasy story where the world is a lot different. But I think it gave some of the men some hope and something to hold on to and latch on to. We also provided a gift to them to commemorate their time during the New Life program. We gave them these dog tags that had the New Life program's just name on it and the cross and just a insignia that said 2020, just to remind them this was a stressful time, but you are honored. We're honored to have you guys alongside this journey with us. And just also a letter of encouragement to remind them to stay focused on their goals and to stay focused on the hope that they have in Christ and stay focused on the next step after they leave this facility. So we've just been tremendously blessed during all of this, but it's been a part where it's been hard for our men to engage sometimes, but we are just honored that they are still sticking through it. And now that we're kind of in a more lax place, we've been able to resume workshops, resume classes. We've had, I would say in just this last week, we've had 3 men graduate the program. And we've had probably 6 star families the last month found long-term housing in the midst of this COVID season. And so we're just celebrating these victories and these wins. So that's just a quick overview of what we've been doing. And we're looking forward to just continue to serve our population, our participants here at the Crossing.
Thank you so much for that update, John. And just a quick reminder for everyone who is here with us today, use that Q&A feature to submit questions. We'll make sure that John answers them and Josh as well. So coming up right now, we want to go beyond this background information and these statistics and actually bring to life what we've been talking about. Jonathan is going to be sitting down with one of our current New Life program participants, Josh. Josh has been in our program since December and is working really hard to become self-sufficient. He has an incredible story that we can't wait to hear more about. John and Josh, I'll send it over to you guys.
Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate it. Josh, I really appreciate your time and your willingness to share your story with us. So my first main question is, tell us a little bit what brought you here to the Denver Rescue Mission.
Well, I found myself living at my grandma's in Bailey with my mother and my little brother. I wasn't in a very good mental state, and I wasn't finding the healthiest ways to deal with my depression and my anxiety. I had reached a dead end, and I wasn't anywhere where I thought I'd be. I was a high school dropout, and I really wanted a second chance at getting a head start on life. And my dad was actually in the program, in the New Life program, in early November and early December, and he asked me if I would mind coming down and seeing if I'd like to get my life back on track in the New Life program. So I decided to come down, and ever since then I've made huge strides towards becoming self-sufficient and getting to where I want to be in life.
Great, that's awesome. One aspect of our New Life program is you have a work writing assignment where you're building up work ethic and learning some skills. And I know you've been assigned to the Crossing Kitchen. Can you tell us a little bit about your work there, what it looked like, and what you gained from that experience?
Well, in the kitchen, I was kind of all over the place. I prepped salad, I washed dishes, I did a little bit of cooking. I served food to the participants in STAR and NLP, and I learned a lot about working as a team, communication, and just a lot of the things were really new to me, especially cooking. So I learned a lot about just believing in myself and having the confidence to try new things.
That's great. And actually, you know, you mentioned team. Talk about kind of the relationships you developed here with the guys in the kitchen and people in the program.
Honestly, it's more than just friendships that I've developed here. It's like one big family. All of the guys in the kitchen, we had each other's backs. We were supported, and we always tried our best to help each other do what needed to get done to keep the kitchen running and keep good food going, coming out of it.
And as someone who eats at the crossing, I appreciate that. What changes have you experienced in your life program since COVID started?
I guess the biggest changes were just the sudden stop of classes. That kind of put a halt on everything, and it was a little difficult to get through. It was definitely a test of patience. And the other big change was we went from washing dishes in the kitchen, plates, silverware, cups, and all that, and actually serving food and having a dining room to serving food in to-go containers and everybody eating in their rooms, and not quite having that community atmosphere in the dining room. So that was a huge change.
Yeah, I think it was a really hard thing for all of us here at the crossing, losing that cafeteria space, but knowing we had to do it to keep us safe and social distance.
Yep.
Well, now, you know, you're in our third phase, or our transition phase of our program, where you're allowed to work. Can you tell us about, you know, your job and some of your future hopes in employment?
Well, right now I'm currently working as a dishwasher at a senior care center, and I think it's a really good stepping stone back into the working world, but I am looking for different types of employment. I'm still continuing my job search and waiting to see what comes my way, but right now I'm enjoying the dishwashing role, and I'm excited to get back into work.
And that's great, and that's something we do encourage here at the New Life program, is trying different jobs, and you have that stability and space to figure out. We don't want you just to have a job to have a job. We want you to find that job or career you're going to love and be able to thrive and be successful in. So what has this whole experience with the Denver Rescue Missions meant to you, and what has your time meant to you here?
Honestly, it's meant the world to me. I look back at where I was 6 months ago, and I can't even believe that I've come this far in such a small time. And I really thank the mission for allowing me to get as close to Christ and as close to God as I have, and develop that relationship, because it's really gotten me through COVID and all of the difficulties we've seen during COVID. And I continue to strengthen my relationship with Jesus and God every day. And honestly, I'm so thankful for that. I don't think there's any. I think that's the most important thing that I have gained from this program.
Great. And finally, what are some, again, things you want to finally finish accomplishing your last few months here, and what do you want to leave with?
Well, I would like to leave with my GED and my license, so I can, because one of the biggest barriers to work before I came here was not having reliable transportation. So I'd really like to have my license and my GED, and I'd also like to have a plan for future education and future schooling, so I can get into the career I really want to do.
That's great, and we're really proud of you, Josh. Like, I've known you since your entire program here, and you just have thrived and been a really transformed person. We're just so excited for you and what comes next.
Thank you.
So we're going to send it back to Nicole right now.
Thank you guys so much. If you don't mind, we have some questions from everyone who is joining us here today. Jonathan, I'll start with you. How long does it take to graduate the New Life program?
So the curriculum, education, and counseling content is about 6 months. And then you enter the transition phase, which is the phase Josh is currently in, which can last from 3 to another 6 more months. So you can technically finish the program in 9 months, but depending on your needs, you can take up to a year.
Awesome. And then this question is for Josh. I guess Jonathan could answer too. Do participants have access to the internet, computer, or phone?
Yeah, we have access to Wi-Fi, and there's plenty of computer labs in the first floor of the tower. And honestly, that's been a great tool to finding jobs and finding higher education opportunities and other things like that.
And we also utilize our computer lab for our career readiness classes, where we do resume development and also assist with job searches and other workshops.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you both so much. And then this question is for Jonathan. If the to-go only option for food, they're wondering if that has created any additional challenges, for instance, in the neighborhood with trash and paper plates and items like that.
We did have to increase a lot of our trash removal services for our internally, but it hasn't made that significant impact on the local community at all. We have fairly industrial sized dumpsters because we are such a large facility with over 200 plus individuals living here. So we just had to do a lot more increases on different systems and processes when it comes to cleanup. But aside from that, it's been working fairly smoothly.
Perfect. And then the last question we have is Josh, what is your long-term career goal and just aspirations?
Well, I would love to pursue video production and editing at Emily Griffith, and that way I can get a practical career in video production and editing. But if everything goes well, I would really love to become a streamer and YouTuber on YouTube and Twitch.
That's awesome. We'll have to keep an eye out for you on YouTube. I haven't heard of Twitch, but that sounds really awesome. Thank you guys both for being here today. Now we'll just, a quick reminder that you're welcome to use the Q&A feature to submit messages of encouragement to Josh. We will definitely make sure that he gets those and sees those. I know that a lot of people are curious on ways that they can help right now during COVID-19, and there are a lot of ways that you guys can get involved. The first is to head over to our website, which is denverrescuemission.org. Our blog has the up-to-date and latest information, and we'll be sharing that link right there on the screen. Secondly is we are in great need of volunteers right now. If you are 65 and under, don't have any pre-conditioned things, we really encourage you to join us to volunteer. It's a great experience. We are at the National Western Complex, as well as the Lawrence Street Community Center. And if you head over to that link on the screen, all the details and how we are taking precautions to make sure that our volunteers are staying safe is also on that page. And if you're not able to, join us to volunteer, you can always make a donation, and that link up on the screen is a great way to do that. And just, reminding you guys that our most up-to-date information is always on our blog. I know that people are curious as to how we are adapting with COVID-19, and those most up-to-date information pieces are on that blog. And right now, I'd just like to take a moment to say a quick prayer, so I hope you all can just join me for that. Please continue to pray for our participants in the STAR, Transitional, and New Life programs at the mission. Pray that they find the stability they are seeking. Pray to give our staff at the crossing strength and guidance, especially now during these challenging times. And most importantly, we pray to continue to keep us all connected to you and to serve under your love. Amen. And now we will post a link in the announcements, which is by the Q&A feature, for a post-event survey. You'll also receive it in a follow-up email tomorrow. And we invite you to complete that short survey to give us feedback on this online event today and what you'd like to see moving forward for our virtual events. And we also would love to have you all join us for the next online event. Mark your calendars for Wednesday, July 29th. It is a behind-the-scenes tour of our Ministry Outreach Center. It's going to be super exciting. Everyone, if you're not signed up already, make sure to go register. And that registration link is also available in our announcements. Once again, we just want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here today. If you missed it at the beginning, we'll be playing one more time a piano performance by Kaleb, who is a staff member at the Crossing, and a guitar performance by David, who is one of our New Life program participants.
Hi, I'm David Wilcox. I'm a New Life programmer here, participant, grateful participant. So I want to do a little song in thanks to all the contributors, all the people who donate and spend their time helping us be successful. It means so much to us, the guys who are trying to transition from a life less desirable into something more beautiful. And we're glad to have you as a part of it and for you to help us meet Christ on a personal level. So I just want to share this with you. You're going to be blessed by it.
Hi, my name is Kaleb. I work at here at the Crossing for Denver Rescue Mission. I work at the front desk as a hospitality agent. And every now and then, since we have a piano in the front here, I do like to play the piano for the participants, usually during meal times. So this is the first Bach cello suite.